Hello, dear travelers from around the globe. Hope all you having an amazing trips during this summer, and so did I. And now we're back with episode 8 of the Travelcast. Let me introduce my guest, Juan from Spain, who quit his lawyer job to start not return trip. Hola, Juan. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and about your background?
Hola, Igor. Yeah, sure. Well, I was living in Salamanca, which is a small city in Spain. I am from Madrid, so I was living there for almost all my life, and there I studied law. Then I became a lawyer, and I tried for like 2 years, something like that, but I wasn't feeling like really comfortable. And also, like, I had been thinking about like doing this kind of trip for a long time, for example, using couchsurfing or different ways. You meet a lot of travelers and they talk to you about these long trips they do, the people they met and so on. And I felt like I had this insight that I really wanted to do it. So that's how I'm here. I started like 2 months ago. And that led me to this trip, that just started now.
Man, this is, wish you good luck, wish you good joy, and many joy, and definitely I agree, like, you're supposed to meet many cool people, different things gonna happen, so let it be. And in general, what has inspired you to start this travel, and in general, like, not necessarily maybe this travel. Did you have any travel before, or it's like your first scratch travel? Yeah,
like really more than 1 month is the first one. But last year I did like an Interrail because there was like a discount, something like that in Spain, and I could do it. And I used couchsurfing for it, but not like this is like the first trip I do like. Where I don't know when I'm going to go back. And what inspired me, it has been something like for many years, I would say. First, people I met in couchsurfing, like, I don't know, like some friends that I already have now, and I don't know, they talk to me about these long trips, for example, Sasha, or that you interviewed him, I think.
Yeah, shout out to Sasha.
And I don't know, I met like other people that they were talking to me, I don't know, their trips in Turkey as you did, and I was like really, shit, I want to live that. Also, I did, it was 3 years ago, Camino de Santiago, which is like St. James Way, I think is in English. So there I also met people like really interesting that they were traveling for a long time. They were not just doing the Camino, but like Camino was part of their big trip. And before that, it's like I had never known people that they were doing this, because I was like living in I don't know, let's say in a bubble that, I don't know, you're in the city, you have your life, you see all the people every day that they have like lives similar to you. And then it was like when I started to meet these kind of people that I was just like, shit, this is really cool. I want to at least to try it. And that's what inspired me the most, I think.
Interesting. So you mentioned all these 3 topics. We will like dig with them. Really curious about and Interrail and Camino de Santiago and but first I want to ask you, because you also mentioned couchsurfing, and it's how you also met Sasha, our friend in common. And so how did you first get involved with couchsurfing?
So I heard about couchsurfing when I was doing an Erasmus. It was in Hamburg, in Germany, and this was in 2018. And I remember someone told me about a platform that you could sleep for free.
Sleep for free.
And I said, okay, this seems amazing. So I want to try it. I'm here. I don't know. And I remember I tried to use it. I think I was in Hamburg, or maybe I tried to use it in Dresden, but nobody explained me how this worked. So I remember just sending like one sentence, hey, can I stay to your place? Something like that. And of course, nobody replied.
Right.
And then I stopped it. because I don't know, I didn't use it. I went back to Spain, and then it was in 2020 during the pandemic that I don't know how it was like here, but in Spain we stayed like I remember I stayed for almost 3 months, like just at my place. And that gives you like a lot of time to think and to see also like new things in the internet and so on.
All right.
And I felt like I wanted to travel, but in a different way. Like, I don't know, seeing how locals really live. And I saw some people who were using couch surfing. So it's like it came back to my life. And then, after COVID, I said, okay, now I have to do it. I will take it more seriously and not seeing only just like a way of sleeping for free.
All right.
So that's why I started, and first time was in Porto. I stayed with a guy there. It was a really cool experience. Also, not only because of being hosted, but the people you meet with couchsurfing in the city. So it was like a new way of traveling for me. That's how I started. Like a guy told me about it when I was in my Erasmus. I think he was from Czechia. And he told me about this thing that he used, and I said, okay, let's try it.
Interesting. And like, did you start to use it firstly as a guest or as a host?
As a guest.
As a guest, yeah. But I know that you also host travelers, right? So like, how was the experience, like hosting these people, you know?
It was really good, yeah. Like when I was traveling, like being a guest, also I was feeling like I want to have like the other perspective.
Right.
Because I'm the kind of guy that if someone comes to my city, I want to show them like everything and they feel like a local. So last year, well, in Madrid I didn't do it because I was living with my parents. But then last year I moved with my girlfriend to Salamanca, and we talked about it and we agreed that it could be nice to try it. And it was great. We met really nice people. And it's also nice because it's not like in Madrid that you, like all the people that go to Spain usually go to Madrid. So in Salamanca it's more like they have like different reasons maybe for going there. You don't have that. Like not many people know about Salamanca.
Right. Yeah.
So the kind of people that go there are sometimes like interesting also. So it was a really nice experience also. And in the future, if I when I go back, I will try to do it again. Yeah, it's really nice.
Interesting. And you mentioned this part also, like experience as a local experience, like have this cultural exchange, right? And in general, how, like, maybe you have some examples or some situations when you felt like that you felt some really cultural exchange between like you and like your host or like something like this, and you know how it's impacted you, you know, and like do you have some examples with that?
Yeah, now, well, I should think more, but the one that comes into my mind right now, last year during the Interrail, I was in Slovakia, and I was hosted by a family. He was 71 years old, so he was
nice.
He was, for me when I saw it, it was like, okay, he has a profile, I will try to send something, but probably he's not hosting. And he said yes, and I stayed there with his wife, and one daughter and one son. And we stayed there. It was like a village in Slovakia, like let's say near the mountains, more or less. And they didn't speak a lot of English, so there, like it was, for me, it was really nice because I was like part of the family for 2 days. And it was like, I don't know, I was waking up, I was having breakfast with them, like a Slovakian breakfast. Then I was with the guy, like going to see their friends with the bike. I don't know, it was like being part of their family, you know, for a few days. And I mean, it was not really a cultural shock, but it was something really interesting for me. Because like cultural shock, I just traveled, now I just traveled in Europe. So that's why I didn't have maybe like a cultural shock. But these kind of experiences that surprised me a lot, how they were acting with me and so on. I think this was really beautiful. Yeah.
Oh, this is really interesting, like to have such exactly like what I also like couchsurfing for, like to get to some family or to some random location. I don't know, like, because sometimes people put, let's say, city and like, for instance, like, hey, we live in Madrid, or like for what you, for example, had before coming to Wrocław and Katowice, yeah. The person, not like it's mentioned Katowice, but person lives like kind of outside, and then you kind of experience that place rather than some bigger cities. It's like yeah. And again, different people. I really resonate with you with such like experiences, like some older people. Because again, like a little bit pity about English. Yeah, like can be maybe more rich exchange, but in general, like it's unique, and that's what I also like this platform for.
Yeah, it's true that if you don't use it, you would have never seen like these parts, as you say, like out of the city or whatever. And usually are like, I think some of these parts are like the ones that are really different, because cities, like most of them, you can find similar things from one to each other. But if you go to the suburbs, let's say, or to other cities in the surrounding, that's where I found like really different places and people. Yeah, it's true.
Indeed. Well, and you mentioned that you did Camino de Santiago in winter. Yeah, like how was this experience?
It was nice. Yeah, I did it in December, like 3 years ago. Yeah. I mean, I didn't do the whole one. It was like for 10 days, something like that.
And how long is the whole one? Sorry.
Well, the whole one, you can do it from wherever you want, but usually people start in the Pyrenees, which is in France. But the first day they already sleep in Spain, so that's like 30 days more or less.
Oh,
1
really?
month.
All right.
Something like that.
All right.
Yeah.
And where did you start?
It's a small city. It's called Ponferrada. It's not really famous.
Yeah.
It's like in a region called León, but really close to Galicia, which is already
okay.
So it's more or less like, I think it was like 200 kilometers, something like that. So yeah, in like about 9-10 days. I did it in winter because I had like this vacation, let's say. Also, I wanted to do it like because I have done a few caminos before, like also 5-6 days, things like that, and they were usually in summer, and it was really crowded. So I wanted to live like the other experience.
All right.
Also, doing it alone again. And that's why I decided winter, I don't think there will be much people. Let's try it. And it was really, really nice. Like, it has good things, but also bad things. Like, for example, one nice thing of the Camino is that you can usually decide where to sleep, like, while you are walking. And in winter, like, you don't have to book,
Okay.
Because there are a lot of albergues, which is like these hostels. So you just, I don't know, you feel tired, okay, let's ask in this one if they have a place. And in winter, most of them are closed. So you have at least one, like every, let's say, 20-25 kilometers, something like that. So you have to plan it more, because you cannot say, okay, I feel like walking more, because maybe you have to do 20 kilometers more.
So, very good thing to know.
Yeah. So that's like the worst part, maybe. But I don't know. On the other hand, there are less people. It's like you see all the people the same. We were like maybe 15 people doing it, something like that. That you will see them every day. Yeah, it was like a family, something like that. But it's nice also because it can be your family if you want.
All right.
Like
exactly.
If you want to try, like I like walking alone, so maybe I see them at the end of the day and we share time, but I prefer to walk alone.
All right.
So that's also nice in the Camino, and I don't know, it's everything. You like, for me it was just 9 days, but people who do it like for a long time, they see that they get like the deeper knowledge of themselves, and I think that's the
that's the reason, right? Yeah. Just quick question: is there any translation for Camino?
I think it's
Maybe because you kind of also like saying Camino.
yeah. I think
like
it's St. James Way. I think
Saint James.
St. James. I think, but I'm not sure.
No, but like Camino itself, is there any like word of the meaning?
Way.
How it's named? Way.
Way. Maybe?
Okay, that's what I was actually thinking, that maybe way or like road or something.
Way. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. And what about like in general? You already mentioned that you need to plan it a little bit more, and but did you have any other challenges besides that? Like I don't know, weather, or like that you need to sleep somewhere, that you couldn't walk to that. Let me call hostel because I forgot this word.
Albergue.
Yeah. Albergue. Okay. So yeah, like many, like something else, like how was your preparation again? Because for me, winter, it's like in my head is again in that region might be like, I don't know if it's like north of Spain more or less. So it might be like windy or maybe cold or maybe rainy. So like how was like this part for you?
Yeah, it rained a lot. Yeah.
Really?
yeah.
And so you just keep walking with the raincoat and everything and just keep going?
Yeah, that's it. But sometimes it's like when the sun appeared, it's like I value it more,
Right.
because it's not like you are accustomed to the sun and you don't think like, I don't know, you don't pay attention to it. But when it's like raining for hours and suddenly it stops and you can see the landscape and enjoying it more, I don't know. So that's one of the things that people taught me, and I agree, that when you do the Camino, you value more like simple things. Because, for example, you are carrying all your things in one backpack.
Right.
And you are aware that you don't need more.
Yeah.
Also, it's raining a lot and you see a sunset and you value it. So this kind of things, I don't know, but yeah.
Right, interesting. And in general, you also mentioned some interesting part that with let's say like ties the spiritual part of this Camino, right? That people become close to themselves with their thoughts. Like you walk, you kind of feel a lot. What about you? Like your personal experience, how the Camino itself impact your personality and spirituality?
I would say, well, first of all, what really impacted me was like the people I met. But because I think that if I haven't done the Camino, I wouldn't be here now. Yeah.
Why?
Because there was where I met like people like for first time that they were traveling, for example, for years, and that you see them that they were not worried about that. What am I going to do when I go back and try to find a job? And they were not worried about that. And for me, that was like the part that shocked me more. Like, come on, these people are happy. And I don't feel like I could do it because I feel like I would be stressed. So first of all that, and then, like you walk alone, you are all the time with yourself, so you have time to think or to not to think. So if you don't want to think, it's nice because you are enjoying the way, but sometimes, especially if it's raining, it's like you cannot avoid it. You are like thinking out your steps and it makes you, I don't know, like having things more clear sometimes. So that's, I would say after that, I remember I went back home. And I made a decision, which was I was not going to take more cases in law. So that changed me in that way. I didn't make the decision of quitting, but of not like having some time to think if I really wanted to still do it. So that was thanks to the Camino, I think, because I had this time to think, and also because I met these people that made me like think, okay, do I want to try this? So it changed me like that. But like in a spiritual way, I wouldn't say so, but maybe I need like like people who are doing it for 3 months, like for 1 month, they say, how was it? I don't know if it was this order, but I listened to it. They said 10 first days are for your body to get accustomed, the other 10 for your for your mind, and the other 10 for your spirituality, something like that. They say.
Interesting.
Yeah. So maybe that's why I have like this spiritual journey.
Yeah. Well, I can totally resonate for this 10 days thing, because I had experience with Vipassana. It's like meditation when you, like, without phone, you kind of all day meditate, you eat like vegan food, and you kind of just focus. And it's 10 days. It's pretty intense, and I think, yeah, of course, like a little bit, it's different and difficult to compare, but still the same. They also had this 10 days. And thing is also mind-blowing, like changing a lot, and like, because you kind of sit, meditate, and anyway you're thinking, like, it's like all coming. For me, it was all life like in front of my eyes, coming, going. I'm like, okay, so like I believe it's like just the different way to achieve like something for your mind, for your health, or like spirituality. Because it's also part of the religious walk, right? It's but from Christian way. So interesting, very interesting.
It's like the Vipassana is also. Did you have like these phases also, like maybe at the beginning?
Yeah, like I needed, I think, 7 days maybe to adjust, because I think on 7 or 6 I really wanted to leave. I was like, I don't really get anything from this. I want to just like, I'm tired. It's a lot. Like my back is in pain. But then I think on day 7 or 8, like I don't really remember how was that. I was like it's kind of, cannot say that it's, you know, something open for me, or like, you know, some mind-blowing thing happened, but somehow it became all different and all calm, and like, and I don't know, different. And I really not regret that I didn't leave. And like I finished it, because especially on the last day, when I left already to the city, to the society, like the impact, like how I feel, how I think, like was interesting. Very interesting. I didn't have many also maybe life-changing decision, because I know like people have different stories, quitting jobs, like same as you, for example, or like, I don't know, divorce, you know, with like unhappy marriage, or like quitting addiction, like smoking, alcohol, drugs, whatever. So for me it was more, I don't really know how to put this conclusion, but it was definitely a big impact from maybe feeling myself better, and maybe also whatever I had, even from childhood, from school times, like if I had, you know, like when I was mad or sad on somebody, and like, you know, you keep it, and you kind of, this person is shit, you remember that, like, since all this stuff, I kind of forget everybody who I had with this even small bullshit, like, you know, but it was inside, like, you know, this small poison, and that was for me very interesting.
So it allowed you like to forgive.
Kinda, yeah, and like really like, I think it was really happened on this day 8 or some 7 or something, when it started like come to me like a slideshow that like I was like, forgive, next, and like just like this, you know, like I just, okay, not keep, like let it go inside. Very interesting, yeah.
That's nice.
So yeah.
I heard, I met people who did this and they really recommend it. So yeah.
Maybe you will try some. Maybe.
What can I quit more like?
Right. How I can become lighter. Interesting. All right, and like two more. You also mentioned Interrail experience. We can touch it nicely. How was that for you? Like, because you also was using an Interrail and couchsurfing at the same time. I think it also was, both of this for you was kind of new. How was that in general? And what can you tell?
It was great. I've never thought about doing the Interrail before, but there was like this. Like last year in summer in different European countries, they had like these promotions for people to use the train. And in Spain, there was like a discount for Interrail if you were under 30. So I said, okay, I will do it. I don't know, it's like now or never. I was 27, and if you are less than 28, it's cheaper also. So it was like something like a really fast decision. And then I started, and Yeah, it was great because I had used couch surfing before, but maybe just for staying one weekend, things like that, but not like in a long travel, let's say, like day by day. And yeah, I thought I wanted to try it. Both things, it was really nice, like because, well, first of all, I love trains, like traveling in train. If they were cheaper, I think I would go by train everywhere.
Very, very comfortable transport, very comfortable.
Yeah, it's nice. And also it's a place where you can also like see how people live, because you know, like it's you see differences in the trains, like not only the train but the people who get in, how they act in the train. It's also like something nice to see, like the difference between the countries.
Right, yeah.
And then I started using couchsurfing, and most of the places where I was, I used it, and it was really nice, because also I was afraid because it was in July, so probably I would have found many tourists, but using couchsurfing, a good thing is that you can also go to the places that they're not that crowded, because local people don't usually want to go to those places, so you go with their two others.
Yeah, a very good catch actually. It's a very good catch. Yeah, you're saying,
yeah. So it was really good. Yeah, and I made some friends that I still keep them. So yeah, I love it. It was a nice experience.
And how, like in general, how did couchsurfing exchange your Interrail adventure? Because like again, you need to maybe request to people like how the planning was happening by itself. Because I know with Interrail. Because we've also talked with I think it was first episode of my podcast, and guys was also travel with Interrail. So as I understand correctly, you kind of need a little bit plan, right? Or at least to understand your route, and then to book this place and go to train station, take seat. Yeah, and then how was your planning? The way itself, and plus couchsurfing, because again you need to provide the days. Was you sure that you will arrive those days? How was this part?
Yeah, I had to plan it a lot. Like before I started, maybe I was there like the whole week planning it and sending requests, at least to have like trains and a place to stay for the following, let's say, 15 days, something like that, since I start. Yeah. And then during the Interrail, you are like planning. I don't know. You have time in the trains to send a request and to check the trains. Sometimes you also have to replan it, what you planned before, maybe because it was in July, so maybe one train was already full and you have to change your route.
Right.
But that's nice also, because I also go like not to have everything so planned. And for example, I meet you and you talk me about Turkey, for example, so I want to change my route, so that gives you also the chance. So it was fine. I think the worst part is if you need like trains where you have to book a seat, because then you book the seat and you cannot do anything, or you lose the money, or it's fine. But if you don't have to book the seat, you go to regional trains, then you can flow, let's say. But yeah, with the couchsurfing, it's true that I prefer to send requests in advance, and so yeah, everything was really planned. Yeah, most of it.
Well, interesting. And do you have any interesting stuff? Because you mentioned it, like you can see people like how they act in those trains differently. Do you have any like highlights or unique experience of travel with a train across Europe?
Yeah, well, I took a night train from Zurich in Switzerland to Ljubljana in Slovenia, and it crossed Austria. I don't know, that was really interesting, because you were seeing like how people change it when you stop and they were getting into like for example, I remember like two old ladies from Austria that they got into the train at 2 a.m. and like we were in this kind of wagons, it's called, where you have like you are just sat down and you have like people sat down in front of you, and you have to be like that all the night.
So it was not sleeping?
No.
Ooh.
Yeah. So they got into and they were talking at 2 a.m. like for hours, so we couldn't sleep. Yeah. But so then I went to the part of the train where you can see the other people, and there was one guy, I think he was from Croatia because the train was going later, and he was just like if he was at their place, like he was with a pajama, with the flip-flops. That was like very interesting. And yeah, that was me something like really different, but also like small things. Like for example, I remember I think it was in Slovakia. It was the first time that they gave me like because while I was doing this trip, I took trains in many different countries, and in Slovakia they gave me a bottle of water to all the people, and I was surprised because in the other countries they didn't give it to me, but there was like something normal, and I mean it was not something I was expecting maybe in Slovakia. I don't know, like small things, yeah. Also like how the people acted in the trains. Some trying to speak to you, but if they don't speak English, you cannot do a lot. Others no, they just go more to, I don't know, to be with themselves. It was like, yeah, small changes. I don't know. In France was nice also. I met like a girl from Romania, and she was like really trying to talk to me, even though she saw that I couldn't speak a lot French. Well, I invent French because I tried to change the words from Spanish.
You're right.
Yeah. And we could communicate. So I don't know, yeah, like things like that. But small changes, I would say.
Nice. Yeah.
Well, one train that is like an amazing experience, that if you do the Interrail, it's a nice opportunity for doing it, because usually it's really expensive, and with this you can do it for free, let's say. It's one train which is called Bernina Express.
Okay.
And it's going from Switzerland to Italy, and it goes through like the Alps.
Oh.
That was super nice.
And you take it for free, like it's included in the Interrail?
If you get the regional train, yeah. But if you get the panoramic, which is like these windows, you have to pay maybe, I can't remember, 20 euros, 30 euros, like for the seat. But I did.
And you took regional?
I did both. Yeah. So
and which one you recommend? Like, is it okay take just regional?
Yeah, I prefer regional.
Yeah.
First, because the panoramic is crowded. So if you want to see something, you have to stand up and see.
All the Instagram people there.
Yeah, the mobile phones on the GoPro, so you cannot see a lot. Then the regionals, there are not that many people, and you can sit wherever you want in the regional. You can stand up, see one side, then the other. You can open the window also.
All right.
Yeah.
This is a good case.
Yeah.
Something similar happened with me in Sri Lanka. There's like popular train from, from Ella to Colombo, if I'm not wrong. So point is, it's like also Instagram train. Also, you can open door, you can look outside, like kind of make photos like this, like out of the kind of train that is going. Beautiful landscapes here, there. And there is also 3 class of this train. Like third class, you will, like, it's overcrowded with a lot of locals, everybody sit everywhere, so it's kind of crowded. Second class, you have a seat and you can also open window, everything is fine, and you can go out, like do this outside. I don't know, hanging out of train, how you would say.
Yeah, I saw pictures.
And another one is first class, and first class is with AC. Yeah, it's comfortable, but you cannot open anything. You cannot really do this adventure. And the same situation was with this tourist. They was in the beginning, there was like all this doing these photos, everything. But then it's literally 1-2 hours activity, then they sit, they getting bored, and then it's empty. So you can do whatever you want calmly, without like rush, without pushing, but this excitement coming, like you want to do it like now, So, so kind of similar again with this window opening, right? And with the tourist itself. So similar kind of situation somehow. Interesting.
So you recommend the second or the third class?
Second. Third will be too much. Like, for example, local or like kind of too much people, crowded, everybody sitting, you will not be able really walk. It will be very hot, like, because, So I think second definitely worth it. Yeah. So, bro, like, I also know that you or still haven't or had the blog, and like I would like to touch this part. And yeah, can you like tell me a little bit about it, because I really don't know much. And yeah, and later let's see.
Yeah. So yeah, I did I did with my girlfriend a lot. Like we started it was already 3 years ago or something like that, because we both like traveling, and we thought maybe it was a good way like to sharing what people can do in the places, and maybe who knows, to get like some income from it. And I have always like writing, so we thought let's try it. Yeah, we started a blog which is called La Eternidad del Viaje. It's like, the translation could be like the eternity of the trip. Yeah, something really poetic. Yeah, we started. It was like more like something, let's say, commercial in terms of that we try to position it in Google. And I learned a lot from this.
Right.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, we have been like with it for a few years. Then at the end, I was like just the previous months, it was just me, because I was like the one who was really enjoying it, and like she was more helping me with editing pictures and maybe Instagram this part. But I really love like writing and the trips and so on. So yeah, I mostly wrote articles about the places where I was, but mostly Spain, I would say, and the Interrail also. That was nice. This train I told you, the Bernina Express. But when I decided to start this trip, I was like not feeling comfortable with it, because I felt like I was writing what people wanted to read, but not what I wanted to write.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's why I decided just to stop it. It's there, so if someone wants to check something, he will check it. And I thought, okay, if I'm going to share things with this trip, I prefer to do something more personal and something that I really enjoy, and I don't care if it's going to have a lot of viewers or not. So I just created an Instagram account, and there I'm like posting videos and pictures, but it's more like things that I really want people to, I don't know, that they could maybe get inspired of. For example, when I was, because I started my trip volunteering in this albergue of the St. James Way, and it was more like things that I think people could get inspired, like, I don't know, like for example, a video about why people do the Camino, or these kind of things. And also when I was visiting a city or something, I was not writing like what you should see in this city, but I was more writing like things that surprised me in this city and how I myself was dealing with this city, like I don't know, what I was thinking, how I was feeling, these kind of things. So I don't know, it's something different, but not with the expectation of earning money. So I'm enjoying it more, and I'm not like in a rush. Like for example, now I'm doing it like I'm posting things from 1 month ago, like just now. So it's like I'm taking my time. Different, yeah. Let's see how is it, but yeah.
I totally get you. Like, you know, like posting it like when you feel it, and but just have a question, more like technical, like, and let's say why you decided to move more like into Instagram, and like not do, let's say, both, continue the blog, but the way you want, the way you feel, and how you want to connect to people, audience, like, or like, what is your reason why you I got the issue what you felt, that like, hey, it was more you was writing more like that people wanna read about, not rather than what you would want to write. So like, but what kind of blocking you to write what you want in this blog?
So
and nowadays,
like I think what is written in that blog is helpful for people, so I just decided to leave it there. But I think I wanted to like a new beginning, let's say, try something from the beginning. So that's why I thought about creating this, because I felt like if I go on with the blog, maybe I could like do the same, let's call it mistakes, but not mistakes, like doing the same path again. And I didn't want that to feel that pressure maybe to do that. So that's why I wanted to start something new. I was starting something new. This is like a change of life. So to translate that to the social media, let's say, so start a new account, and also like for sharing it with the people that I was like meeting, like new people, like also like my personal Instagram account, let's say, I'm not using the previous one. So it was like a mix of everything. Like I wanted to maybe to start a new life. So I thought start a new Instagram account sounds like something from the 21st century to start a new life. So it was like a mix of things.
I kind of get you a little bit, because same issue I had like old Instagram account, and like I didn't do for many years nothing, then I started to do, and then kind of, I don't know, like it was ups and downs. And this year I also like started a new one, kind of new beginning. I would honestly say I think maybe this new beginning, it was still in this style of old. And I think maybe one of mistakes what I kind of did, it's like I also told previous people like, hey, it's my new account, follow, but I think better like just do it by yourself without telling, because and try to get new audience just with your feelings, with your current situation, not just because you know them or it's your friends or it's your family. However, it went how it went, and I really get what you're talking about, and especially this part that you had this blog, and theoretically and like practically you can start to write what you want. The same like, for example, artists, right? They can do like album like this. I don't know, for instance, coming to my mind, Linkin Park, they was doing like some, I know, rock and stuff, like this, like everybody laugh. But then they kind of move more to soft music, and people start to criticize them, but they still use the same name and everything, but they did what they felt on that moment. And like it's what the job of artists to express themselves how they feel. So, and what I'm trying to say that, in theory you could do like, I don't know, or like another chapter in this website or something, but those feelings inside, what you have is kind of different. That like, oh, maybe if it's like this, I will do in the same style or something. Really interesting. And in general, what like inspired you to do this blog? Like the blog itself and like Instagram nowadays.
The previous one? Or I think it was also during the pandemic that I was there trapped at home. I was like, maybe I started to see like people who were like living, doing different stuff that I was accustomed to do, because at that time I was studying for becoming a lawyer, and I wasn't thinking like about the other options. It was like I wasn't thinking. It was like, okay, I studied for this, so I will do this. It is what it is. And then I started seeing that and how people could get like money from their places and traveling and so on. And at that moment, like a blog of travels, like I like traveling, I like writing, so why not? Let's try it.
All right.
And it was that, Nice. And then I started doing it, so I learned a lot also about this digital marketing, which I found it interesting. But then when I think I liked it because I was doing it for myself. Because then I was doing it, someone contacted me because he told me he was happy on how I wrote, that if I wanted to write for him, I said yes. But I wasn't feeling that comfortable because I was like writing for others, and they had like, I don't know, different style, and maybe they want different things. So I also quit that part. But the beginning was that. It's just like, I don't know, I saw people doing it, I like writing, let's try it. It was like that. And for this new one, it was more like, there are like different factors. Like one, if I can inspire people, like some people inspire me to do things. that would be nice. Also, I think it's like something like a memory in the future, because I'm trying to write like in every place I am, like the feelings I have there. So I think when I finish this trip, it would be nice to, like, beautiful to read everything. Like, okay, here I was feeling sad. Why?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Here, yeah. Also like let's say like a memory. Yeah. So yeah, a mix of reasons, and also to use it like a new account and sharing it with people I know, like I said, like a new life. Yeah.
Cool. Really. Hope you enjoy. Hope you will do the way you want.
Thank you.
And I just also wanna touch one topic, maybe pretty quick. Let's see, because you also did do these volunteer things, and like you use another application called Workpackers. Can you tell briefly like what is it and how you do it, and and in general share some experience what you have with the app?
Yeah. Well, I use it for first time in this trip.
All right.
I was in Albergue, Camino de Santiago, St. James Way. I was there for 1 month. I decided to do it because when I did the Camino, I met like these people that were volunteering, and I found it really interesting. I wanted to live from the other perspective, like what we talked before about couchsurfing, that I wanted to host people because like seeing it from the other side, and that's how I decided to try it. It was a really nice experience because I don't know, it's like living inside the Camino. Because when you are doing the Camino, you just stay for hours in a place, but you don't see like all the people who are behind and all the interesting people who are there, because like people who are there are people who most of them did the Camino once, they love it and they decided to stay there. So they are really interesting people also. So the experience was marvelous. Yeah.
Wow.
And also, I did that, and then I wanted to try volunteering as a way also to be more time in a place while traveling. Because sometimes I feel like, now I'm using couchsurfing, so I stay maybe 2 nights, 3 nights in a place, but I still miss like a feeling of staying more time in a place, more relaxed. I don't know if this happened to you, but for me, when I've been like for 1 month, like I don't know, 3 nights in one place, 3 nights in another one, I feel sometimes tired.
Definitely, really. Yeah.
So that's why I thought volunteering could be nice to stay for 1 month in one place and then recover, experience that place a lot, and then go on with my trip if I want. Yeah. So you had the same feelings while?
I had the same, like when you travel a lot, like in some constant move, getting like tired, especially like that you need to move this backpack all the time. Also physically a little bit tired. You kind of, I take the energy, I don't know, from everywhere, from place, from people, from, the way itself. But then like still it's on some places like I want to experience more, stay longer. But actually it is good approach what you said, like to go to volunteer. And so far you had only that experience with on the Camino hostel again. I forgot this one. Yeah. But I know that you also go into you will have some experience soon, right? Also through this Workpackers. How it works? Like you need to pay, you need to apply, or they pay you. What is it? I heard, and I did some research many years ago, but I really don't know how it works.
So you pay 40 euros, no, 50 euros per year, just to have the account.
Okay.
Like in couchsurfing, that is 14, I think.
Yeah.
And then you can apply for all the offers you see. And it's mostly like a couchsurfing. You apply and they can say yes, they can say no. And some of them offer you like a place to stay and some meals. For example, the one I was, they offer me a place to stay and 3 meals.
Alright.
But some of them they offer just the place to stay, and others maybe 1 meal per day.
Okay.
It depends on the offer. Yeah, you can put filters and check. And I think I haven't seen that one that they pay, but I know there are other applications like Workaway. There are like more offers there. I think some you can get paid also. I don't know if a lot, but because they are giving you food and home, maybe it's just a bit. But yeah, probably you can get money from it also. Yeah, it depends on the place. It works like that. Just you send your application and you wait for the answer.
And you will go to Finland. What you will do there? What is it?
So
the project?
Yeah, I will be volunteering in a. It was like an old building that some families, well, a group of friends, like they are like, I don't know, 50, something like that. They bought it and they reconstruct it, and they are like organizing their like events, like let's say yoga, meditation,
amazing thing! Like I wanted to say stuff. Yeah.
So I will send you the link and you can go there.
No, I wanted to have a place and organize such events. You know?
Yes, they accept many volunteers. Actually, I was checking. I don't know. Maybe they have place for 10 volunteers at the same time. I think something like that.
Yeah.
So it could be. Yeah. Could be nice. I don't know what I'm doing, what I will do.
All right.
Because we have a talk, like a video call. I was saying that I am open, like to do different things. So I know they have a lot of tasks. So we'll see.
All right.
We'll talk about it.
So like kind of whatever you will be handy and useful, kind of you will do. So yeah. Wow, but this place, what city where it will be?
It's between Turku and Helsinki. Like,
okay.
Yeah, maybe a small city. I don't know. It was like, I think it was an old sanatory that they rebuilt.
Okay, sanatory. Yeah. Like then, okay, it's like picture appears for me because in Belarus, in my culture, we have a lot of the sanatories. Some of them already abandoned. Some also people was buying and do some, I don't know, another way of, I don't know, tourism. You know.
Oh yeah.
But because in general it's like government thing, but I mean I understand more or less the conception. Like you said, because in the first place I imagine some palace, I don't know, like old like this European thing, you know. But this is more close to my culture.
Nice.
Interesting. Cool, like and literally you will do whatever you will be useful for.
Yeah.
And like, do you have any time limit? Like, how long you will stay?
I will stay for 1 month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it like agreement? It's like what they say 1 month minimum, or like you just decide 1 month?
I think minimum 1 month in this one, but you have different offers. I think usually minimum is 1 week.
Okay.
But most like I usually. Till now, I try 1 month because I think it's
very reasonable. You know, especially if you want, as you said, mentioned before, like to chill or like to do some activities.
Yeah, and also to travel around maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Days,
Definitely. Nice. Yeah. All right, and Juan.
Yeah.
What are your future plans for travel or destinations in your bucket list? I know that you kind of don't really know, and it's not returnable trip. But like after this volunteer, what in your mind? It can change definitely. Like this we understand right from this conversation, but so far like where you heading? What you doing?
So after, I'm trying to force myself not to make a decision right now. So my idea is when I'm there in August, I will decide what I want to do after. But sometimes it's even though I try, like my mind is thinking about what I want to do and this. So right now, what I'm like thinking more like deeply about doing it is one option is maybe travel a bit more around Europe and going to Turkey. Because like people who were in Turkey, like you, speak like
promote ambassadors of Turkey.
But I met a lot of them.
But really good place. In my heart.
Like usually people talk really good things about the people there. So that's why I would love to do it. I don't know when, but maybe after this trip could be nice to go to the south, and then maybe like the original plan was maybe spending a few days in autumn in Slovenia, because I would really like to see like the mountains. I was in Ljubljana once, but I didn't have time to see all the mountains and these things. And I thought that maybe in September, October there won't be many people. and then through the Balkans and maybe go to Turkey. But also another option is maybe saving a bit of money and then going to Argentina. I'm thinking a lot about it. Because I have family there. Recently I'm thinking a lot about things that I would like to do and that I didn't do them. But sometimes I think maybe if I want to do it in the future, it's going to be too late. And I have family there that they are like, a bit old, some of them.
All right.
So I'm really thinking that maybe it's the best opportunity for it. That maybe in the future, if they are not there, I would regret of not going there. So that's another option. But these are like just things that I'm thinking. And in August, I will make a decision. We'll see.
All right, man. Good luck. But a very, very nice thought about Turkey. Definitely in Balkans recommend, and Argentina. But they have also winter. I wanted to say go on winter, but they will have warm time. Now they have winter.
No, they are like the opposite than here. So now they have winter.
So in the winter they will have summer.
I don't know where.
So maybe Anyway, I have one more question to you.
Sure.
Because I know you're in a relationship, and how do you balance travel with this aspect of your life? Because one thing when you travel together, but one thing when you keep going and returning trip. How is with your partner?
It's nice. We talk about it. She understood it. Because I think it was not a big surprise for her because it was something I really wanted to do, and I've been talking about this for years, and she cannot do it right now because she's another project. Well, she's a Spanish teacher. If someone wants Spanish classes, I ask
all right. Guys, you know where to. I will put all the links.
Put the link. So right now she couldn't do it, and we talk about it. I felt like I had to do it now. It was the perfect moment. I was not happy with my job. I thought it was not too late for doing it. So we talk about it. It was nice. What we do is that we meet some places from time to time. So we spent a few days in Verona, in Italy, and also at the beginning of the trip in Burgos, in Spain. And it's really nice, but it's true that sometimes you I can get a bit nostalgic because it's normal. I don't know, you are maybe alone in a city and you think, it could be nice if she's here.
To share these moments, to see, to get to experience it. And how you maintain contact, just some whatever, WhatsApp videos and this?
WhatsApp and video calls from time to time.
And is it okay? She's not hey, I miss you, come back or something, no?
I think we miss each other.
Yeah,
we don't say it a lot because we already know. Also, we're kind of accustomed because we lived in different cities. She's from Salamanca. I was living in Madrid. Also, she was living for a few months in France while I was in Spain. I live in Germany, in Hamburg. So we are kind of accustomed to this kind of relationship. But of course, we talk about it. I know she we both would like to be physically together right now, but I don't know, we are different people. We want different things right now, and we keep going with that. But it's really nice because it's compatible, because sometimes I speak to people that I met during the trip, and they told me but how is your girlfriend good with that? How didn't she break with you? So I feel really, really nice in this because I think it's just about communication, and we both understood it.
That's very sweet. Sweet of also of her, to let you really go and don't be scary. And that you will, maybe it is this fear inside naturally, maybe you meet somebody or something, but good that you communicate, you understand, you maintain a contact, being loyal, all these things are definitely important. And so if she will listen, you really sweet of you to allow them to let the Juan do the trip and go with his feelings, not to be stuck on the job he kind of didn't really enjoy back then, at least. Yeah.
Yeah. Also because I think that if we would have to talk about it, and I wouldn't have done this because she didn't want to.
Yeah.
I think it would be bad for both, because maybe
Exactly
I would
right.
have like these bad feelings inside me.
Maybe,
you know.
maybe. Yeah.
So I think it's nice just to talk about it. I don't know. We are together, but we are like two different individuals. It's normal.
Yeah. Right. But very sweet. For me, it's like also interesting part. Very interesting part, and good. Really good. Happy for you guys.
Thank you.
Well, Juan, a really nice chat. Like a lot. Like I would like to open a little bit more topics, but I think for both of us we have time limitation. And what message, like I don't know, or piece of advice would you like to share with our listeners?
Oof. I would say that it's never too late. That if they really want to do something and they have been thinking about doing it for a long time, but they think they are old or that they are missing a lot of things if they do it, I would say that sometimes like our fears are not that bad. That they should try them, like try that thing, and just do it. And if it was bad, you can come back. It's not that bad. Like sometimes our mind, I think, is pushing us down, and it's more like to take this step, and then things are not that bad. And then if you do a mistake, you can go back. I would say that.
Well, beautiful advice. Yeah, nice thoughts. Man, like how people can connect with you, or where they can follow your travel adventure.
Yeah. So right now, I created this Instagram account, which is called Juan, which is my name, Salado, my surname, which is salty.
Yeah, salty salado.
Viaje, which is trip in Spanish, Juan Salado Viaje, and there,
Yeah, I will put the link definitely in description.
Sure. Yeah, I post everything in Spanish, but I use it also to speak with the people I made.
Right.
So yeah, they can contact me there if they can meet.
Cool. Thank you, sweet. Man, really, once again, thank you, gracias, right? So high five.
Thanks to you.
Yeah.
For doing this, my first interview.
Right, and so all people. What I can say, just like as Juan said, it's never too late, and enjoy the summer, enjoy the podcast, and be posted.